Good day and welcome to another edition of Outside of Genie, where we'll be looking at the race meeting on the Vaal Classic course today, the 4th of February. Before we do that, just a few things. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and our details as well, 083-585-5133. For those people who are looking at the video the first time, what we do is we do a form analysis, and then we give you the punter outside of selections that you can use, adding to your selections. Just quickly want to do a feedback on Gravel, where we had another good day, where we gave you 4 nice winners. In the first race, not hard to find a winner, even money. I mean, I think everybody in the country had that one. But then in the outsider selection, number 10, Gentleman's Wager, 12-1. Race 7, number 11, Vision, 12-1. And then race 8, outright selection, number 9, Meter the George. We also gave you the recommended double, race 1, number 2, Autocom, race 8, number 9, and that worked out to 11-1. And that also arrived, and we gave you the PA 4 times at for a layout of 64 Rand, and you collected 268 Rand, so a profit of about 200 Rand. Then I just want to draw your attention that during this autumn season here, the future season here in Highveld, on the major race days, not every day is race day, but there's like major race days like coming Saturday, only subscribers will be able to get the video, the preview video, and the selections. The reason for that is I make a special effort with the preview video. I do more in-depth form analysis, not the normal format. I touch on more horses, especially in the Pick 6 races. So I've got a special, you can subscribe now till the end of February for 400 Rand, or I've got a nice little package for you for 3 months, for February, March, and April, for 900 Rand a month. That means you're only paying 300 Rand per month, normal price 500 Rand. WhatsApp me on 083-585-5133. So what do you get when you subscribe? You get race by race selection, an outright winner, and 2 possible outsider selections, 2 daily recommended all-to-come doubles, value bets, play each way, best bets of the day, and our best bets do arrive. I did an analysis, and our best bet arrives within the first 84% of the time. My best bet, because best bet is not always to bet on the nose, but also include into your selection. So you know for a fact, if I include my best bet in your play, there's an 84% chance that it will arrive. We also give you exactas, trifectas, and quartets, give you affordable PA and an affordable Pick 6. And I just want to quickly show you, this is how it looks. We have a new look now, where we got everything nicely put together. The first 2 is the doubles that we recommend for you. Then you have your the selections, where we give you all in one row. So you get your selections, your exacta, trifecta, quartet, and we've added the race time to make it easier for you. And then here we do your daily value bets. Oh, sorry. The value bets, best bet of the day, your Pick 6 and your P8. So that is that. So let's move on to the racing. We race 1 as a Maiden Plate over 1,000 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Betting as follows. Just waiting for this to finalize. Opening. Finish spooling. Here we have the first timer, Al Sakit, even money, 53-10, Sunny Quinn, 6-1, Justice Reach, 7-1, Invitation Game, Rock the Casbah, 10-1, Katsal, 14-1, Racing Man, 25-1, and 53 and longer the rest. So let's have a look here, guys. I'm going to quickly have a look here. Michael the Cock has got a first timer, but I want to say, my advice to this is stay as far as possible on punting this horse. Yes, it can win. Definitely, it's nicely bred. But the Michael the Cock stable, really, I'm putting my hair out because like on Tuesday, they had a number of runners. I thought they're going to have at least 2 runners. And at the end of the day, they only land up, I thought they're going to have 2 or 3 winners. At the end of the day, they only landed up with one winner, and that winner was even was a second choice because the stable companion was favorite that ran second. So even if this horse win today, my money won't be on it. I can't give it as a selection because I'm not sure about this horse's ability. So therefore, my first choice is number 3, which is Sunny Quinn. Sunny Quinn has been running nicely, has been especially in the last 3 races, and I think we have Kumalo on board. I'm not sure if he's going to ride today. I don't know what happened on Tuesday. He was replaced after the first or second race. He was replaced, so you just have to check the jockey selections for this race. But I like the look of Sunny Quinn. Not a strong field, can definitely be involved. My outsider selections is number 2, Justice Reach. Spear Stratum on board. It looks like this horse is coming to form. Has run 3 nice races in a row now, and I'm sure definitely, with chance, Goodwood came out and won again, or Godswood came out and won again. So that form has been franked. And the race before, there's also 9 winners, 1 winner already. So definitely number 2, Justice Reach, not to be left out at any of your bets. Then we have number 4, Rock the Casbah, a VAR by Mike Azzi. You remember that? Westwood to me. And this horse run well in his first race. And I'm not sure what happens on his last race. He says here, bumped late. So maybe they got, so one can forgive him because he was there and thereabouts. So I think the 1,000 meters will suit. Lyle Hewitson, I see, is now riding a few horses for the Aussies. He did win, I think, on Tuesday for the Aussies. Then we go on to the next race, which is the second race, also Maiden Plate, over 1,000 meters for fillies and mares. Here the betting is as follows: 12 to 10, Jam Fancy, Sky Kingdom 5 to 1, Kiera 5 to 1, Cape Diamond 7 to 1, Lucy in the Sky 14 to 1, 16 to 1, and better the rest. Scratch number 10, Magic Choice. Yes, here my first selection is number 1, which is the favorite, Duke of Marmalade filly by VAR. Very nicely bred. Ran 2 great races in the last 2 runs, and I'm sure Ryan Munger will be in the winner's box after this race. Also, this race, not a very strong field. So definitely, I think number 1, a nice bet. Outside of selection, number 3, Sky Kingdom, another straight and right, again for Van Botha. Has also improved in his last race behind Ararat. And again, this field is not too strong, can certainly be involved in the finish. And my outsider selection is Lucy in the Sky, Brett Weber, Noble Tune by Rakim Me. This horse didn't run a bad debut on his debut, and I do think that Muzieni on board can improve on that run. It says lost her, so definitely it was a bit of problem, but I did like the 400 to finish time, 23.5, not too bad. And then also include in your play number 8, Kiera. It's an open. These opens, I know I used to have an open. They were quite fast. So keep your eye out for number 8, Kiera. And if there's betting support, do watch out for that. Then we move on to race number 3, which is a Maiden Plate over 1450. Let's have a look at the betting. Here the betting is as follows. Number 12, Irish Willows, 9 to 10. Blue Spark, 19 to 10. Suited Connector, 15 to 2. Scottish Flowers, 16. Riveting, 16. And 20 to 1, and better the rest. And here again, I'm siding of the favorite, Irish Willows, again in a very, not a strong field again. And I think 12, Irish Willow certainly will be involved in the finish. It ran a nice race behind Mode. Chase my June on board, and definitely a huge chance today over the 1450, nicely drawn. And my outsider selections in this race is number 10, which is Suited Connector, a Paul Peter Coup de Grace by National Emblem, me, and I do think this horse can improve. There was a bit of money for this horse first time out, and I think that that run can have brought him on. Now going over the 1450, which I suspect will suit this horse better, also drawn nicely at draw 5. And my other outsider selection is number 7, Diamond Shine, also a Brett Weber inmate. This horse didn't debut too bad on the Vaal, 1400 meters, but what caught my eye here was the 400 to finish 23.9, and it says never in it, but did run on a little bit, so maybe the 1400 Again today will definitely 1450 be to this horse advantage, although drawn a bit wide. Please note number 8, Double Martini, is a scratching. Other horses you want to have a look at is number 2, Blue Spark. This horse is a perennial place getter, has been trying his best, has run 4 seconds, thirds and a fourth and 12 runs, but still battling to win a race. Maybe today, it's a 4-year-old now, Captain Noir. A few of them has won lately, so maybe today can be the day that this horse can finally break the ice, but definitely not a certain choice. So then we move on to race number 4, which is a medal rated 78 handicap over 1600 meters. Class C, average medal rated 74. And here the betting is as follows. Number 3, Woolsworth 13 to 10, Ice Lord 4 to 1, Mohican 5 to 1, Humble Tune 11 to 2, Oyster King 15 to 1, Twice the Search 16, and Gimme Grazing the Grass 18 to 1, Trooper, and Private Route 20 to 1, scratch number 4, August Rain. So here in my race 4, my first selection again is number 3, the favorite Woolsworth. Larina on board this time. This horse won well last time out behind Flying Carpet, not a donkey. Bahuna Breach has won again, and I do feel Free Woolsworth ready to run a huge race here. Then my outsider selections, number 5, Humble Tune. This is a door from the Dawson stable. Zaki on board. This horse really won well, easy last time. It was over the 1400 meters, was sitting 8 lengths behind, and then just cruised up, went past, and they never saw him again. And I think the Humble Tune might be a progressive 3-year-old, so definitely include that into your play. And my other outsider section is number 9, Oyster King. Yeah, this horse is a bit of an enigma. I'm sure the trainer is not sure what distance this horse runs, but he has run 11 runs over this distance for a win, seconds, thirds, and fourth, getting the -1. So Oyster King is always thereabouts 4, 5, 6 lengths behind. And maybe, and what caught my eye was this 5 lengths behind second base. Second base currently is good like 6 runs, 5 wins, running in a future on Saturday. So certainly that was a good effort over the 1600 meters. So I think number 9, Oyster King, can probably run a better race here. Then we move on to race number 5, which is a medal rated 80 handicap over 2,000 meters. Class D, medal rated 74. And here we have a look at the betting. Number 4, Bold Resolve 72. Don't Look Back 92. Kings Cup 6 to 1. Super Handsome 6 to 1. Major Return 7 to 1. The Brassway 11, 9 to 1. 12 to 1 Cash Time, and Atomic Blonde 14 to 1, and better the rest. So here my first selection, I'm going to go here down to the bottom, which is number 11, the Brassway. As you can see, number 11, the Brassway, has never run over 2,000 meters, but looking at the breeding, definitely suited to the, the mare by Cage's Boy, Park Fork, and did run on well behind Give Me the Go Ahead. Give Me the Go Ahead was placed in the future a week or two ago, and carrying 52. This horse was running on last time 23.4, and I think the Brassway with this weight of 52 is certainly going to be a big contender in this race. My outsider selections is number 5, which is Don't Look Back. This horse also came from Natal, and I did tell the story last time out that this horse was sent to St. John Gray by Gavin van Sale. St. John liked the horse so much, he bought it, because the reason why Gavin sent it here was that the horse was looking for the longest straights. We actually at one stage did have a small share in this horse when it was with Gavin, but they paid us out and they bought us out again, and therefore the horse is now under the care of St. John Gray, who is not in the habit of buying raced horses. So, but with Mahan on board, I'm sure number 5, Don't Look Back, will make its presence felt today again. In race numbers, and then my other outsider, number 7, Super Handsome. This horse is coming off a small race, but what caught my eye is this horse won very, very well over the 2-4. I'm sure the 2,000 meters won't be a problem. Mujieni on board, this horse just went and he won by 3.25 lengths, and I'm looking forward to number 7, Super Handsome, running a nice race here. Other horses you can look at this number 4, Bold Resolve, Michael Cock, but I cannot recommend any Michael the Cock horse with any confidence. Surely, yes, it can win. Surely, it has got a chance. Everything, but as I said to you in the beginning, Michael the Cock stable, the horses doesn't run. Some of them don't run up to their ability, and but I'm not going to dwell on that. Number 2, Cash Time, also a horse that you might want to include in your package of your quartet. This horse hasn't won for 1,127 days. Now, this horse was, I think, placed in the SA Derby or something, and there was a huge future, but has just been battling to win another race, and I'm sure that Andrew and Ashley Forsen are really, pulling their hair out of number 2, Cash Time, because certainly the horse has got ability, but is not running to his ability. So let's move on to race number 6, which is a merited 94 handicap over 1,000 meters, Class B. Let's have a look here at the betting. And here the betting is number 3, Valorant King, 17 to 10, Godswood 7 to 2, Spanish Boy 11 to 2, Eastbourne 6 to 1, 15 to 2, Captain Hindsight, Sing for Nico 14 to 1, All of Me 16 to 1, and 22 to 1 and longer. Now, my first selection in this race is the favorite, which I'm now going to talk about. But while I'm here, I had a look at when I saw the name Sing for Nick, I thought, no, this is race over this horse, because this is running here in a 91, and this horse is run against much stronger. He's won a 94. But then I saw the course, 9 runs, only 1/4 out of 9 runs. I was astounded when I saw that. But, maybe, things can change. There's always a first time. And Sing for Nico is a fast horse. Over 1,000 meters, he's going to be there, and he's going to go hard. So therefore, number 2, Sing for Nico, is one of my outsider selections. With the stablemate number 5, All of Me. All of Me, also a fast horse, survived by Jetmaster. And if this horse decides to run, certainly it will have a chance in this field. So do include in all of your bets. And here we have the favorite, number 3, Valorant King. This horse has really improved to be an outstanding sprinter. After running 2 lengths behind Sweet Sensation, has now run twice over 1,000 meters, both times winning easily in nice divisions, a 81 and a 90. So certainly in the same class it's running now, and Muzieni 2 runs, 2 rides. So I think number 3, Valorant King, definitely a huge runner in this race. It's not like I would put the house on it, but it's difficult to oppose that form. And then other horses of chances is number 8 is Godswood. He also won very easy last time, and maybe in a slightly lower division, but he also beat Ice Eater by 2.7 lengths. Ice Eater did finish second on Tuesday. This horse also beat Ice Eater by 5.25 lengths. And then Ice Eater came to finish second on Tuesday. So also 8 Godswood, the horse that you cannot leave out. But I think the horse with the stronger form is the favorite, number 3. Then horses that you want to maybe include is in your back end of your cottage is maybe number 1, Captain Hindsight. Getting the -2.5. This horse is no donkey either. So let's move on to race number 7, which is a Pinnacle Plate over 1,500 meters, Class A, average meter rated 98. Let's have a look at the betting. Here the betting is number 5, Wisteria Walk 19 to 20, Gaelic Prince 17 to 10, Saragon 5 to 1, Rousselot 10 to 1, Princess Nicole 14 to 1. Now, guys, my first selection in this race is the number 10 to 1, the 10 to 1 shot. Number 4, Rousselot. Please note number 2, Medical Scratch. That would have been one hell of a race if this horse also was running here. If you have a look here at the best weighted, you'll see Gaelic Princess, Marigold, Saragon, Royal Rouge, and Wisteria Walk. Now, first of all, I think, although it's a small field, I do think that this distance is just maybe a bit, I don't know, she has won over this course and distance over the 1450. Rouge Lure, Kaylee Princess. But I think the other two is going to be too good for her on the day. And that's number 4, Rouge Lure. This horse, I mean, has got 71 runs, 10 wins, 11 seconds. Never knows when to stop. And I do feel that number 4, Rouge Lure, can run a huge race here. The 2000 last time and the 1800 before that, I think is too far. This horse was always her best races was between 1400 and 1600 meters. So therefore, I'm not worried about her 1500 meters. And that day she beat Just Kidding. She just went past, and I never say it. It was just high silver, and she was gone. And Ryan Munger already has ridden her 12 times for 2 wins. So I'm looking forward for a deal between Rouge Lure, Wisteria Walk, and number 1. And number 6, Princess Nicole, is also a horse that might sneak in here with a 50 minus 1.5, might sneak into the placings. Number 6, Princess Nicole, but my first selection, Rouge Lure. Then we move on to the 8 race. Also, Felicia Mays Handicap 80, Class D70, over 1500 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. And here the betting is as follows. Number 2, Bella Rose, 33 to 10. Rocky, 7 to 10. Keeping the Peace, 4 to 1. Macaulay, 8 to 1. Fantasy Flower, 10 to 1. 12 to 1, Kapama, 14 to 1, League of Her Own, and 14 to 1 along with the rest. So here my first selection is the favorite. Yeah, I was looking for something to beat her, but her form was just too strong. And yeah, I just feel that she's got a huge chance in this race. Although the draw might be of a problem, but I'm sure the jockey has got enough experience to overcome that problem. This horse has run against some decent opposition, and I think today might be the day that she can find her in the number 1 box. Johnny, just for the interest, Genie Any Dot, yeah, I remember that Jenny. She used to race in PE, and that name always attracted me. But I think today, Bella Rosa in with a huge chance. Difficult, but as I said, they have to overcome the draw. My outsider selection is number 6, League of Her Own. Now, League of Her Own is a type of horse. She won 3 races early in her career. And I thought that this horse is going to be like, you know, a very capable handicap. But she always finished 3 lengths, 2 lengths, also over different distances. Today, going over the 1500 meters. But I think with Pierre Freedom on board can be a factor in this race. Then my other outsider selection is number 12, which is Fantasy Flower, Ryan Munger on board. Now, if you have a look, you'll see that this horse has been competing against far better competition. A 3-year-old against War of Athena. There she won a maiden by 3.7 against Brooklyn Bridge. Now, Brooklyn Bridge certainly not a donkey. She has got 2 runs on the scores for 1 win and a 4th. And then she's won against War of Athena, Christmas Flower, Princess Nicole, Sweet Future, all of them good horses. Tartan Dancer, no donkey, and did improve behind Tartan Dancer, only carrying 52.5. So number 12, I think, a nice outsider selection in this race. Other horses that you can look at is number 1, which is Macaulay. Macaulay also a horse that won 2 races in close, proximity, and then just went off the boil, but also running against a far stronger opposition. Here she ran 4 lengths behind Saragon. You'll find Saragon in a Pinnacle B Division 98 in the race before. And then just runs just a few bad races, too good to be true. But certainly last time out, did show improvement. And I think this horse is ready to improve. This nicely bred dynasty by Jetmaster May. Surely number 1, Macaulay, definitely has got more ability than her, than what her form is showing. Do not leave out. So that brings us to the end of our preview. I hope I could have, I did show you in the right direction for a few winners. And as I always say, break a leg.